Arsenio Lacson is one of that handful of Filipinos, sometimes referred to as the greatest presidents we never had. He was the swashbuckling mayor of Manila when he died of a heart attack in 1962. He was just 49 years old. Had he survived, he might have given Ferdinand Marcos a run for his money in 1965. Fast forward about 50 years, and Jun Brioso, a lawyer in a bank in Saudi Arabia, is inspired to write a biography of the mayor. He wasn't contacted and wasn't hired by the family, which is against the norm for Philippine biographies. His work won the National Book Award in 2016, prompting an early reprint this year. How and why does a bank lawyer write an uncommissioned political biography? And how did Lacson prefigure the two mayors who did make it to Malacanang, Joseph Estrada and Rodrigo Duterte? Jun Brioso, thank you very much for this chance to talk about your book.
Yeah, welcome.
So, you are not an historian?
No.
You're not a biographer, at least you weren't yet.
No.
You're in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
And on one of your visits here for vacation, you bump into the mayor. Tell us about that meeting and how that led to the book.
Actually, before I went to Saudi Arabia, it was in 2007, we were walking, my wife and kids and me, were walking along Baywalk at the time. Maganda pa yung Baywalk eh. So suddenly, just in front of Aristocrat, there was this huge statue. He was seated and reading newspaper. And then on reading the description there of the statue, it says, Arsenio H. Lacson, makulay na alkalde ng Maynila, diarista, kongresista, atleta. So I was intrigued, sabi ko.
Did you know of Arsenio Lacson before that?
I might have encountered this name in the newspaper, pero it never registered on my mind during that time. So sabi ko sa wife ko and my kids, okay, stand before the statue, I will take your picture. So I did that, and then that was it. Afterwards, I completely forgot about it, and then fast forward in 2012, I went to Saudi in 2008. So 2012, I was in the office with plenty of spare time to do, kasi nga, no stress sa Saudi. So I was trying to find a subject for my blog because I was having this blogging of things or subjects. So on my browsing the internet, suddenly, I came across Arsenio Lacson. So ito yung nakita ko sa Baywalk. So chinek ko yung Wikipedia. Oh, may article. The good man with a bad mouth. So binasa ko, ba maganda. And then I browsed through the old American newspapers. Google, meron doon. So may mga articles. So I kept on searching and searching. So after 2 days, I was ready with the materials.
For your blog?
For my blog. And then, on the third day, I wrote the blog. So parang I don't know, parang sa akin ba is, maybe I should write an extended article on this. Or maybe a book, even a short book. So that was March. So May, I had my annual vacation. So pagdating ko sa Manila, punta kagad ako sa National Library, yung mga old newspapers. Then I found marami siyang yung sa Liberty News. This was in 1948, circa 1948. Tapos Star Reporter, circa 1949, 50. So may column siya. Ang dami. So with my digital camera, paano yung ko? Picture. So minsan umuwi ako, 7:45 in the evening, ako nalang mag-isa. Just to get the images. So I did that for siguro close to 2 weeks. Ganun lang.
So doon napunta yung vacation mo?
Doon napunta. And nalulungkot nga yung wife ko tsaka yung... And then so after May, balik na ako ng Saudi. Kompleto na yung yung material. So I was thinking maybe by December, ready na yung manuscript. So I can have it self-published. Kasi I was having a hard time looking for a publisher. So December, bago mag-December, nag-create pala ako ng Mayor Arsenio H. Lacson Facebook page. So, nagpo-post ako ng mga blogs doon, pictures. So, before December, a message was posted on the FB page. Sabi niya, I am the grandson of Arsenio Lacson, my lolo, and my mom, Millie Lacson, has some materials, two boxes of materials about my lolo. So, the first thing that came to my mind is, parang bluff yata ito ah. Kasi yung name niya is reverse. Rico Severino, reverse, Onir Rebes. So, several days after, why not if I reply? No harm. So I replied, and then sabi niya, here's the email address of my mom. So I sent a message to the email address. Soon enough, Millie and I were trading emails. Sabi niya, when will you be back here? Sabi ko, May pa ho, next year, 2013. All right. See to it that we meet when you have your vacation here. So fast forward May, nakipag-set ako sa kanila, punta ako sa bahay nila sa Merville. Andun si Millie, si Bingo Lacson, she was still alive then. Tapos yung anak ni Millie, panganay, si Arsenio, Bunny, Lacson, Severino. So there, we discuss, and then that's it. O sige, sabi niya, we'll finalize the agreement para we can start, and then you can have the materials from here. Yung manuscript ko is siguro mga 2/3 na eh. So, nung in-stop ko nung December. So, that's how it came about.
For the Lacson biography, what was the hardest part for you?
In terms of
writing it?
Writing it, the research talaga. I mean, before meeting the Lacsons, I was on my own. Talagang I need to go to the National Library. Kung walang available doon, I would go to UST Library.
I think what's interesting, one of the interesting things about your project is that most biographies in this country are commissioned by the families.
Yes.
And they usually hire a writer to do it.
Yes.
You just did it on your own.
Yes, I did.
Did you regret that during the process and tell yourself, what did I get myself into? Because usually the family would provide you not just a fee, but also all of the material. Yes.
Not really. Kasi ako naman is, what I wanted is really to write and write. Up to now, I want to write. So, siguro, ang habol ko lang naman is, kumbaga, my work gets published. That's all. Yung financial reward, siguro, kung may dumating, why not? Pero kung wala, it's okay.
So let's talk about Lacson, the man. What, as you researched him, what stories stood out for you that describe what kind of a man he was?
Stories, yung first stories that easily comes to my mind is he had a heart for the marginalized, the poor. So back in 1950s, maraming squatters sa Manila because after the war, marami nagpuntahan sa Manila. So there were too many squatters in Manila. So si Lacson, he wanted to drive them out, and he did. He filed cases against them. Now, when finally he won the cases and the ejectment was about to start, sabi niya, all right, proceed. So he was able to eject all the squatters. And then after the ejectment, he was in his office, he went inside the bathroom, and then he cried. So here was a man, kumbaga, very tough, very fiery. He wants public service. All he wanted to do was public service. Yet, deep in his heart, he had this compassion for the poor. Sabi niya, kaya lang, his hands were tied.
You mentioned he was fiery. What is the title of the paper that you saw? Good Man with a Bad Mouth.
Yeah. Good Man with a Bad Mouth. That was from Wikipedia.
So reading the biography that you wrote, one of the stories that popped out for me was a couple of encounters with Ferdinand Marcos.
Yes.
In one encounter, they happened to be in Congress at the same time.
Exactly.
and debating a point, and Marcos apparently was using his finger.
Yes, yes.
And Lacson told the speaker, please give me protection from this man.
I need protection from the chair.
Why was that?
Because Marcos was doing the gesture like this. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker. And then Lacson interrupted. Mr. Speaker, I need protection from the chair. And the speaker, Speaker Perez, was, what protection do you need from the chair? Because I'm reminded of nalundasan. Because Mr. Marcos, whenever he does this gesture, he is, he might shoot me. So, and then suddenly, Marcos, curse, PI. And then the mic was on, then everybody in the gallery was laughing.